China's growing assertiveness appears to be part of its more aggressive wolf warrior diplomacy. For more on that, I'm joined by Jamie Metzl, a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council. What is this policy then? How would you describe it?
The wolf warrior policy? Well, it's frankly that China has given up on its former approach of peaceful rise and has now come to the conclusion that bullying and harassment and abuse is the best way for China to achieve its strategic objectives. And whether it's its behavior in the South China Sea, its massive human rights violations against the people in Xinjiang, in Tibet, issues of preventing a full investigation into the origins of the pandemic. We see the same story over and over and over again, which is China is telling the rest of the world that that China is going to live by its own standards, and if others don't like it, tough. And that's why it's not surprising. We're seeing things like new alliances between the U.S., Australia, and the U.K. and others to try to balance this dangerous and aggressive behavior.
The returning Huawei executive, huge story, obviously, in China. Are they using that to show that this new policy is working?
Well, they're certainly trying to do that with their misinformation campaign because Ms. Meng signed an agreement and agreed to an agreement basically assuming responsibility, that Huawei had responsibility for this illegal behavior. There's an ongoing case in the United States that this essential confession will support. And then, as you know, China took two hostages, two Canadian citizens as hostages, and essentially blackmailed Canada to try to get those, in exchange for those hostages back. And so, yes, China is announcing that this is a victory. And if China wants to approach the rest of the world by hostage taking, abuse, genocide, military aggression, they can do that, but they certainly should expect a response from everybody else.
So when they talk about a new Cold War and this submarine deal potentially prompting a new Cold War, you could argue, the one perspective on that is that they see the Americans as pushing for a Cold War. But in light of this policy, you could suggest that they are being more aggressive and therefore they may prompt a new Cold War. I mean, how do we read this language?
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt about that. China is engaged in a massive buildup of nuclear weapons. They've illegally seized islands in the South China Sea. China is being incredibly aggressive at every front. China is building, I think 11 is the number of nuclear submarines. So the fact that Australia has a plan to begin building its own nuclear submarines so it can defend itself can't be called the beginning of a new Cold War. It has to be called a response to China's aggression. And I know that it's very uncomfortable for people. I believe it or not, I'm a liberal, progressive person, and it's difficult for me as someone who believes in peace and believes in harmony to say that we need to be clear and identify an aggressor when we see it, and we need to stand firm. That doesn't mean anybody wants a Cold War, nor should we. The last thing we want is a Cold War. Even worse than that is a hot war. But the price of peace cannot be appeasement.
Jamie Metzl, appreciate your analysis.